Hey guys, welcome to 10.2 Video Notes. We're going to be finding the area of a circle. Let's begin reviewing what an area of a circle formula would be. Remember, area is the surface measurement of a two-dimensional figure. It is the square units that cover a circle. So it's everything inside of it. Instead of circumference is the distance around a circle, while the area of a circle is all the distance inside of a circle. Okay, so we're going to use the formula A equals pi times radius squared. Radius squared is an exponent. Radius squared is equal to r times r. So radius squared is just equal to radius times radius. All right, let's do an example. So our first example, let's first identify, do we know our radius or do we know our diameter? Here we know our radius, so we can go ahead and use the formula pi r squared. So A equals pi times radius squared. So we're going to plug in our values. A equals 3.14. We do not use the pi symbol in our calculator. Only use 3.14 in 7th grade, please. And we multiply that by my radius, which is 3. 3 times 3. Because this is radius squared. Radius squared is the same thing as 3 times 3. So we put that into our calculator, and you should get 28.26 inches squared. Notice how we have squared units because it's two-dimensional. We're multiplying two dimensions together. Radius times radius is two-dimensional, so our units will be inches squared. All right, pause the video and try number 2. All right, so here's me plugging in your answers. A equals pi r squared. You should have gotten 113.04 meters squared. Always round to the nearest hundredths place unless it says otherwise. So I just rounded the nearest hundredths place. All right, let's do the third one. So here, do I know my diameter or my radius? Hopefully you saw that your diameter is 10 here. And so I need my radius because if you look at the formula, there's no diameter in this formula. So I need my radius. So I'm going to divide my diameter by 2. And you get a radius of 5 in this example. All right, now you have your radius. So go ahead and pause the video and finish problem 3. Here's your work for number 3. Using 5 as your radius, you get 78.5 centimeters squared as your area. All right. So now I want you guys to try the next 2 by yourselves. Write the formula out. So for example, you're going to write the formula that you're using. Plug in your answers for the second line. And the third line, write your answer. All right, go ahead and do those next 2, and then check back in with me. All right, here's your work for the next 2. You should have gotten 254.3 inches squared because we're rounding to the nearest tenths place. And then the next one, we get 7.1 inches squared because we round to the nearest tenths place again. It's 7.1. All right, now these next 2, I want you to try them by yourselves. But first, I want to show you something on your calculator that might be beneficial for you. So remember, our formula is pi r squared, right? So let's do this one together, and then you can do the next one by yourself. So here, I know my diameter. Diameter is 10.2. I need my radius. So we're going to divide our diameter by 2, and you get a radius of 5.1. So we're used to writing our formula as, so it'll be 3.14 times 5.1 times 5.1, right? But we're going to instead do radius squared. So it's 3.14 times 5.1 squared. Now in our calculator, watch this. We're going to do 3.14 times 5.1, and then we're going to use the exponent button right here, the x squared button. Notice how it becomes an exponent of 2. Press enter. That is the same as 5.1 times 5.1. So instead, if you'd save some time and use your exponents and practice that, that'd be a great idea. Use that exponent button. You can use the x squared button instead of multiplying by that number twice. Okay, so this answer is going to be 81.7 when we round to the nearest tenths. So 81.7 inches squared. All right, I want you to try this one, the next one, the last one by yourself, using the x squared button instead of multiplying it all out. Go ahead and try the last one. All right, here's your work for the fourth one. So I went ahead and used the squared button on my calculator instead of multiplying 6 times 6, and you should get 113.0 or just 113 since we rounded to the nearest tenths place. All right, flip to the back. All right, I want you to pause the video and read this problem and then come back to me. All right, you should know now that we're talking about Domino's medium versus Domino's large pizzas, and Johnny wants to know which size pizza he's going to order based on which one gives him the most amount of pizza. Obviously, the large does, but we want to know how much more does Johnny get if he orders the large. So let's talk about what we know, what we need to know, and then the work, and then the solution. So go ahead and write in some details about what you know from this picture. What do we know? What does Johnny want to know? What is he trying to solve for? What does he know about each size pizza? Go ahead and write down some bullet points on what you know about this problem. All right, so I just wrote down what the information I know. So I know the medium pizza has a radius of 5 inches, and the large pizza has a diameter of 16 inches. So go ahead and add these 2 bullet points if you have not already talked about the sizes of the pizza. All right, now we need to talk about what do we need to know. So we know the radius and the diameter, the medium radius and the large diameter. What do we need to know to figure out how much more pizza Johnny's going to get with the large? So remember, area is all of the inside of each of these circles. So we're trying to figure out which one has a larger area and by how much. So what do we need to know? We need to know the area of each pizza. Well, in order to find the area of the Domino's, we don't know the radius, right? So we're going to need to figure out the radius of large pizza, right? So that's what we need to know. All right, so now let's go and plan and work. Let's figure out what the radius of large pizza is first. Large pizza. Radius is equal to diameter divided by 2, which would be 16 divided by 2. So your radius is 8 inches. Then we're going to need to know our area. Same for the medium pizza. We know our radius is 5 inches. So we can go ahead and solve for our area for the medium pizza using the pi r squared formula. Go ahead and pause the video. Find the area for the large pizza and find the area of the medium pizza. All right, so there's our calculations. We know that the area of the larger pizza is 200.96 inches squared of pizza, and then the medium pizza is 78.5 inches squared. Alrighty, so now we need to find the solution. The answer is how much more does he get with the large? So if we want to know how much more the large is, we need to use subtraction. So we need to subtract the area of the large minus the area of the medium. And when you do that, you get 122.46. So let's answer with a complete sentence. So Johnny gets 122.46 inches squared more pizza with the large. So that's how we can use area to solve a real world problem. And you can actually use this with, like next time you order pizza. I challenge you to try this formula when you actually order pizza with your family the next time. All right, so that's the end of 10.2. Remember, area is pi r squared. Go and do your must do and ace that mastery check. Good luck, guys.